Hello and welcome to the first weekly blues of 2026. So I hope you enjoyed the great riffs from the Grateful Dead, Beatles, the Kinks and Jimi Hendrix that dropped a few weeks ago. But we are back on the blues here and not done any slide for a while, so I thought this is a great opportunity to get back into a bit of slide playing. Mostly fingerstyle as well, so there's going to be 4 of these in total. They're all short, relatively short little sort of one-page riffs, and the idea is try and play them within the week, and by the time the next one drops you are good to go with that one. So they're all separate tunes, slightly different styles. Like I said, most of them are fingerstyle. There is a Flatpick one in there as well a little bit later on, but GDG tuning, so great for most people to have a go at. Sort of, you know, beginner, advanced beginner level. There is an easy one in there, there's slightly more difficult, but overall have a go, see how you find them. And you can also find a tab download for all 4 tunes collected together, so you can go directly to the site from the link there or in the text description below, and definitely help you to get stuck into these tunes and figure out how to play them properly. So drop me a comment, let me know how you're getting on, and let's get straight on with having a look at the Blues Train. So here's some tuning notes. We've got low G, middle D and high G. So slide playing, fingerstyle playing. I'll put a link to a couple of things if you are struggling with any of these aspects, but basically what we're doing is we're keeping the thumb largely thumping away on the bass string, and we're playing the other 2 with our index and middle fingers. So sometimes together and sometimes separate. And slide playing, so I don't know if you've done much of this before, I often wear it on my ring finger, my 3rd finger. So this is a lovely bit of advanced engineered German technology here. So this is a ceramic slide from the one and only Uli Kuda. So I quite like a thick wall. I find I get better sustain. You know, you can get the notes to ring out for a bit longer. But yeah, basically that's what I'm using, but you can use glass, you can use metal, anything like that. And because we're slide playing, you might want to consider the action, which is the height of the strings off the frets. This is actually quite low. I'll swap this nut out for fretted note playing, but I'll put a link to the video so you can have a look at what my suggestions are for different types of playing if you have the ability to change the nut height. So we're going to have a look at whereabouts to play the notes, then we'll do the rhythm afterwards. So I'm going to be covering 2 strings. I'm going to be playing at fret 5 the D and the high G, and there's quite a lot of brushing here. So you've got your index finger on the middle D string, and you've got your middle finger on the high G plucking together at the same time. So play those 2 and then go straight down to fret 3, still covering both of them. Now if you lift the slide off while we've still got quite a lot of energy in the note, you'll get a natural pull off to the open string, so we can use that to good effect. So literally just lift away like that, and then back into fret 3. So because it's a slide, we can slide into notes. It sounds great. So you can slide from anywhere. It can be out of tune, but just a little move up. So we've got So that's what we're doing with the slide for the first bar, and then the thumb is just going to be thumping away, 4 thumb notes on each beat. So it's just one thumb on its own to start with, and then you're going to play with your thumb and your two fingers together, and then you're going to do the same again at fret 3, play with your thumb and two fingers together, and then lift off, play a single thumb, and then you come in between with your slide. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and now the second bar, we just stay at fret 3 for quite a bit of it. So we do another brush, and then we go with a thumb, and then an index finger on the middle D string, and then a pull, which is with your thumb and your middle finger together. So we've got a brush together with your fingers, thumb on its own, index on its own, middle and thumb doing a pull. We can even do another pull off, just lift the slide off there. And then just to finish off this second bar, we're going to do a little bass slide in. Now, if I don't want to hear, I'll go this way in fact, if I don't want to hear all 3 strings, it sounds nice, but if I just want to hear, say, the bass string, what I've got to do is I've got to try and angle like this. You can see that. So I'm actually able to pluck these top 2. So you've got to watch that angle. I generally go right on the edge of the slide, sort of balance on. If I just want to catch that one string, so I'm sort of finding right sort of this exact edge of the top of the slide, and again little slide into fret 3, and then a lift away. And as you lift away, you can, if you want, you can pluck the top 2 open strings. And there's actually just a stop at the beginning of that line. So from the beginning, we've got thumb together, all 3 digits that we're using to pluck together at 5, same at 3, do a pull off straight away, do a thumb, slide back into 3, so that's a brush on the top 2 with 2 fingers, and then what we can do is we can just stop the strings for a minute, just to add a little bit of space. So just like rest your thumb and your 2 fingers on the strings that they're playing. And then re-pick with your fingers. And that's the first line. So, as with all the tunes, stop and practice, stop this video and practice, and then come back in. Here's a play along just for this first line, and it's quite slow. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, and then it starts again. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, 3. Do it one more time. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So I'm doing a little bit of palm muting as well on the bass, so you can sort of rest the the palm of your picking hand close to the bridge. Try not to catch these top two strings, but sort of deaden that one. You can just help sort of control the sound a bit. But line number 2 is starting the same. So the first bar is pretty much the same, but we don't come back in with the slide at 3. So we just play an open middle string right at the end. So this is line 2 of the tab, and I'll do the whole lot in a minute. But we're straight into fret 5. We're going to cover all of the strings, so nice and flat across all 3. So we can slide again, so we'll slide in. So that's just a thumb and then a brush, 2 fingers on the top 2, and then back to the thumb. So it's thumb, finger, thumb, down to fret 3. So that was a C. This is a B flat. Same thumb, finger, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb. Apart from we can do a little sort of lift off, just a natural pull off. Which looks a bit like this. So it's thumb, starts the same as line 1, pull off, but just go thumb, index on the middle string. That's the first bar. Straight in on the beat, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and when you're ready, here is a play along for line 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. Let's do that again. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. One more time. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. Just so this isn't too tricky, line 1 is the same as line 3. So we'll leave line 3 for a minute. We'll do a full play along in a moment. But the final line, we are going all the way up to fret 10 again. We want to be covering all of the strings. So it's a slide in. This is an F. And the thumb is going to be playing exactly 4 of those bass notes. And there's just a single finger pluck here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, it's a brush both together, and that's just after the first thumb. So it's thumb, finger, and try and let them ring out. And then quite similar to what you were doing at the end of line 2, you go in thumb, finger, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb, but you can add in an extra lift off, pull off from this C, this fret 5. So it's thumb, finger, thumb, and then thumb, finger, thumb, which looks a bit like this. So right up to, again, you can slide into 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, lift off, 1, lift off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a repeat, so you can do it all again. You can go back to the beginning. I played it twice in the demo, and then at the end, after you've played this for the second time, just do a strum on the open strings. We're back home to G to finish off. Okay, so here's play along for line 4. 3, 4, fret 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one of the great things about slide playing is you can get really expressive vibrato. So I'm not going to cover vibrato technique here, but it does really bring slide parts to life. So I did a couple of lessons, or technique lessons, a couple of years ago on different aspects of slide playing. So I'll put a link there and you can have a look if you're interested. Because basically any notes that are drawn out, particularly say this fret 10, it kind of makes it, I mean, that sounds fine, but you know, you get much more sort of life and like interesting tones if you add a little bit of that in. So something to consider. But once you have had a go at all 3 lines, all 4 lines even, because we're going to repeat line 1 when we get to line 3, here is a play along. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Line 2. Line 3. Line 4. Let's do it again, back to the top. So that's it for this particular weekly blues tune. So watch this space, we'll be back very soon with the next instalment in this little 4-part series.